What's the craziest dare you did or seen someone do in a game of truth or dare? 1. We were in the dorms and dared our friend, who had just been accepted to culinary school, though he hadn't even taken a single lesson yet, to cook us a fancy dinner using only dorm appliances, a toaster oven, George Foreman grill, and a hot plate. He left the room, and we assumed he was fed up with us always teasing him about wanting to be an Iron Chef. He watched it religiously. But nope, he came back with groceries and made a short rib dish so amazing I still think about it 22 years later. 2. In 6th grade, my girlfriend dared me to kiss her best friend. I went for it. Turns out, it was a test, and I failed. 3. When I was 17 and in high school, my friend Dan decided he was going to be a professional stuntman. He insisted he knew the proper technique to get hit by a car and take zero damage. Since I had a beater truck, he figured there'd be minimal damage to the vehicle. Long story short, he sprained his wrist and bruised his shoulder in the school parking lot. I still have the recording, and I genuinely don't know how he didn't break his neck, thank God. 2 years later, he asked me to try again. This time, he completely shattered my windshield. 4. In high school shop class, one of the kids was dared to drink a can of used oil. No one thought he'd actually do it. He did, and ended up in the hospital. He was also kicked out of the tech school by the end of his junior year. During senior year, he had to make up all the credits he'd been excused from because he hadn't completed the full 3 years of the program. To his credit, he still managed to graduate on time. 5. A buddy I was living with once told me it's impossible to walk more than 100,000 steps in a day. I called BS, and he dared me to prove him wrong. I did the math, it's about 52 miles for someone my height. I bought a pedometer, started walking at 3 a.m., and trekked from Lemon Grove, California, to Poway. I finished around 11 p.m., got an Uber back, woke him up, and showed him the proof. Never tell me what I can't do. 6. Someone was dared to jump an electric fence and ride a cow. She made it over the fence but ended up shin deep in cow manure. She didn't even get to the cow because her Uggs got completely stuck in the mess. 7. There was a kid I knew who once inhaled crushed up gravel that was mostly quartz. At the time, I didn't think much of it, but later in life, I learned about silicosis. Now I can't stop thinking about him directly inhaling silica. I occasionally wonder how he's doing. 8. In high school, a guy who hated gum was dared to either chew gum or give himself a swirly. His only protest was, "Man, I just peed in there."